Am I strong enough to face the betrayal within my own company? The secret behind that call will change everything. Are you ready to know the truth? Michael, it's over. After 17 years, your position is being eliminated. My boss stated, devoid of emotion. Clear your desk by day's end. I'm Michael Sterling, 54, and until that fateful Monday morning, I was a senior systems analyst at Meridian Technologies in Columbus, Ohio. For nearly 20 years, I was the heart of the IT department, from the era of dial-up to the dawn of cloud migration. 3 CEOs passed through while I remained, tirelessly training new hires, salvaging lost files, sacrificing weekends and holidays, all without a whispered desire for recognition or reward. When Evan summoned me to his office, with Claire from HR already there, I sensed the weight of the moment before he even spoke. The air shifted weeks ago. I get it, I replied, a single nod punctuating my words. I stepped away, silence hanging heavy in the air. Silence reigns, a shared understanding hanging heavy in the air. At my desk, I caught younger employees stealing glances at me, only to hastily avert their eyes back to their screens. Whispers spread like wildfire. I had trained most of them myself as coders. They were good kids, unaware of the hidden complexities woven into our systems, oblivious to the intricacies of the older architecture. They were lost, unable to decipher the intricate software I had crafted, the admin credentials hidden beneath layers of complexity. I started to pack my belongings, each item a reminder of what was lost, a moment captured forever. A coffee mug crafted by my son in high school, a resilient cactus, defying the odds for 17 years beneath harsh fluorescent lights. Sarah from marketing appeared, her expression etched with worry. Michael, I can't believe what I just heard. This is absurd. This place is your creation. I shrugged, the weight of unspoken words hanging heavy in the air. Companies pivot. But just like that, out of nowhere, after all you've sacrificed, her voice soared, capturing every gaze. It's fine, I whispered. Seriously? It was far from fine, but I held my tongue. As I turned to leave, Evan emerged from his office, his gaze fixed on me, heavy with unspoken words. Silence lingered, a void where farewell should have been, only watching to confirm I truly walked away. No one noticed, but I had become the most critical person in the building. Not for my brilliance, but for my relentless dedication. I captured it all. Years ago, we established secure audit protocols to monitor unauthorized access, a crucial step taken at the legal team's request during a past scandal. I had my own copies, too. In my car, I paused, gazing at the 12-story building that had held my adult life captive. My security badge, now surrendered, bore the marks of 16 renewals. I ignited the engine and raced home, heart-pounding. Little did they know, Wednesday would be a blast. I remember when Meridian was merely 2 floors in the business park. It all began with my daughter Emily in kindergarten. She was on the brink of graduation. The company soared, and I soared alongside it. I rejected rival offers. Loyalty was my guiding light. My wife Laura often teased that the servers were my other family. She had a point. I was intimately familiar with every system, every workaround, every hidden solution to issues the executives remained blissfully unaware of. The infrastructure I built endured 3 acquisitions and a whirlwind of innovations, each embraced by management, only to be discarded months later. 5 years ago, Evan Holloway stepped into the role of my boss, a young MBA type who referred to our department as ID resources, not people. He envisioned a world of streamlined efficiency and digital transformation, where buzzwords masked the harsh reality of doing more with less. I initially sought to guide him through our intricate systems, layers of complexity forged by years of evolution. We need to future-proof, he declared in meetings, his gaze fixed elsewhere, ignoring my presence. Half a year back, he introduced a consultant, Liam O'Connell. Costly suit, strong grip, Stanford degree showcased boldly on his LinkedIn. They gathered in conference rooms, whispering as I passed by. 3 months ago, I felt the unsettling shift as my access permissions changed without a word. Subtle shifts in administrative controls, yet they hold weight. I chose silence, capturing every moment instead. You seem distant, Laura whispered one night on the porch. Is everything all right at work? I nodded, the cold beer warming my hand. Just changes, familiar yet unsettling. Yet, these changes struck a deeper chord. I felt invisible in those meetings. They cut me out of the loop on system upgrades. Projects I once owned now belonged to the younger team members. Then I discovered it, a company-wide memo on modernization initiatives, hidden from me all along. A bold transformation of the IT department unfolds under the new leadership of Liam O'Connell. I didn't even exist on the organizational chart. On that very day, I unearthed another truth. During a routine security scan, a task long ignored, I stumbled upon alarming anomalies in our financial software. Unfamiliar payments to a vendor haunt my thoughts. Apex Solutions Group. A swift glance revealed it was registered only last year, the address pointing to a UPS store. The authorized payments began as a whisper, but each month they surged, swelling with intensity. I stayed silent, observing closely, documenting everything, and kept my gaze fixed. The silent observer in the shadows perceives all, unnoticed by those who believe he sees nothing at all. The morning after my dismissal, I sat in my home office, fixated on my personal laptop. I woke in silence. No commute lingered. Only silence, heavy with the aftermath. Laura set the coffee down next to me, silence hanging heavy in the air. After 19 years together, she sensed my need for distance. "I'm going to the store," she finally whispered. "Want something?" I couldn't believe it. Once she was gone, I opened the bottom drawer of my desk and retrieved a flash drive, one of the few I held close. Removing data was strictly forbidden by company policy. Years ago, when the legal team sought an audit system to track potential insider threats, I emphasized the necessity of offsite backups. They approved it, then let it slip away from memory. I connected it and started sifting through the files. Confidential correspondence, minutes I never should have seen, hidden financial records unseen by ordinary employees. It stood before me, a comprehensive account of all payments made to Apex Solutions Group, almost $1.8 million in just a year and a half. The path of approval reached our CFO, David Vance. I plunged into the data, piecing together dates and figures until the truth revealed itself. The payment synced flawlessly with crucial software license renewals across the entire company. The figures were exaggerated. At times, it can be as much as 15%. At times, it's a staggering 20%. Just beneath the surface, a storm brews waiting to erupt, big enough to matter. I accessed the business registration for Apex Solutions Group. Richard Vance was the owner. A swift glance at social media revealed my fears were true. David's brother-in-law, a shadow lurking in the background. They drained company funds, masking theft with phony markups on real expenses. I reclined in my chair, a sudden tremor coursing through my core. Not quite anger, something more chilling, sharply concentrated. 17 years of relentless problem-solving, system-fixing, and data protection. I was always the one they counted on. The unwavering figure, always calm, never disruptive. They tossed me aside like yesterday's technology. My phone buzzed. A message from Noah, the junior analyst I had guided for 2 years. "I regret what happened yesterday. Completely outrageous what they did. O'Connell is taking over your old office now." I placed the phone down, silence hanging heavy in the air. Everything clicks into place. Evan and the CFO had to erase me before the truth unraveled. They must have believed the truth would vanish along with me. I was merely an old tech guy, lost in the maze of modern finance. I opened my email, heart racing, and started crafting a message to the board of directors. Then paused, finger trembling above the send button, unforgivingly blunt, all too simple to brush off as the resentful claims of a dismissed worker. Leverage was my only hope. Exactness, a revelation of deceit that demanded attention and could not be concealed. I erased the draft and began to plot my next move. Tomorrow is Wednesday. The day of the board meeting has arrived. Quarterly financials will be unveiled. Bonuses will be granted. Timing couldn't be more perfect. I shut the laptop, stepping to the living room window, gazing at the neighborhood where we had nurtured our children and crafted our existence. After a long wait, a smile broke through. Wednesday morning, I sat in my car, heart racing, across from Meridian's headquarters, eyes locked on the employees pouring through revolving doors. My laptop sat in the passenger seat, its screen glowing with an email account I had forged long ago for security testing. A message seemingly from within the company, yet lost to the shadows of the main directory. At precisely 9:15 a.m., I made my first move. An urgent email to Evan titled Financial Irregularities. Immediate review required. Summarizing my findings on the Apex payments. I provided just enough detail to maintain credibility, leaving out the brother-in-law connection entirely. If Evan was in this, chaos would ensue. If he wasn't, he'd dig deeper. No matter what, a lesson awaited. At 9:45, my phone buzzed to life. Evan's fate. I ignored the call, letting it slip into silence. His message cut deep. Michael, we must talk about your email right now. Call me, please. No, I didn't. I drove to a coffee shop, opened my laptop, and waited, heart racing. At 10:30, a new email arrived. This message is from Claire in HR. Mr. Sterling, your recent communication raises serious concerns about a possible breach of your separation agreement. Stop all communication with Meridian staff and uphold your confidentiality duties. Further contact could lead to legal consequences. So, this is their game. Intimidate, disregard, alienate. No separation agreement had been signed. At noon, I raced to the bank, heart pounding as I opened my safe deposit box. Another backup lay within. It's aged, yet holds vital secrets I overlooked in my usual backups. Buried within the files were my original security protocols, detailing who accessed which systems and the timestamps of every change made. Records show that David Vance sought expanded access to the financial approval systems 18 months ago, just as the Apex payment started. Home again, I discovered 3 missed calls waiting for me. Evan, Claire, and now Liam O'Connell. His swift involvement took me by surprise. Fascinating. An urgent message from Noah awaited in my personal email. Michael, they're claiming you sent a wild email about financial fraud. O'Connell summoned an urgent meeting. Whispers fill the air. They're cutting off your access to everything, even the vital historical data we rely on to do our jobs. What's happening? Heartbreaking, child. Trapped in the chaos. I shot back a quick response. Stay away, Noah. Just wait and see. The phone rang at 3 p.m. A forgotten number, untouched for years in the realm of business. I answered, silence hanging heavy between us. Michael, it's David Vance. His voice held a calm intensity, unwavering and precise. Let's address your worries head on. A misunderstanding has occurred. Is that really what you call it? I pleaded. Transitions are never easy. For inquiries about company finances, please follow the designated channels. Do you like it? I cut in. Then, silence. The board should remain untouched by the chaos of operational details. Shall we meet tomorrow? Only us. We can resolve this. I'm tied up tomorrow, I replied. The board could be deeply intrigued by Apex Solutions Group and your brother-in-law. The gasp revealed it all. You're making a grave error, he finally uttered. We can fix this. Abundant farewell. Sources. Anything you desire. Goodbye, David, I whispered, then ended the call. Just 10 minutes later, Claire's email arrived, pulse racing. In an instant, my severance package had doubled, but it came with a heavy price, absolute silence on all company affairs. They were in a frantic rush now, yet they believed it was merely a straightforward extortion scheme. Unaware of the storm approaching, they stood on the brink of chaos. Thursday morning unveiled truth and certainty. I spent the night sifting through years of data, uncovering connections I had missed before. David's journey with creative accounting began long before the Apex scheme. 3 years ago, just after he took on the role of CFO, a new pattern began to unfold. Fees for consulting with Lakeside Business Solutions. New title, familiar struggle. Overblown bills for services not fully delivered or completely absent. I followed the trail to Lakeside's registration. This one pointed to Helen Vance, David's wife. The woman was the CEO of a company that existed only in name, no website, no employees, just a virtual office address. The true shock hit me as I delved into the email archives. Evan was not only aware of these arrangements, he had played a crucial role in making them happen. His department thrived, gaining budget increases, while others suffered devastating cuts. He was summoned, the shadows of scrutiny looming large over IT spending. Even Liam O'Connell felt the pull. His consulting firm was brought on in a way that defied the usual rules, shattering expectations. His true purpose wasn't to modernize IT. It was to remove the one individual who could see the financial truth. Just me. The plan was beautifully straightforward. Forge fake vendors, authorize bloated payments, and take your cut. Services were rendered, albeit inflated prices, leaving auditors blind to the deception lurking beneath the surface. In just over 3 years, they siphoned off nearly $4.3 million. I compiled it all into a powerful report. Charts revealing the surge of growth. Business registrations tie the companies to David's family. Emails reveal Evan's deep involvement and insight. Then I took an unexpected turn. I reached out to Arthur Finch, a board member from my past, during a pivotal security project. He was nearly done, yet still found himself at those quarterly meetings. Michael Sterling, he replied, voice steady, on the second ring. It's been ages. I heard you're gone from Meridian. I didn't choose this, I said. Arthur, I urgently need just 15 minutes of your time. It matters deeply. Then, silence. David and Evan sit close, tension radiating between them, their faces etched with worry. Yesterday's board meeting crackled with tension. He let out a soft chuckle. Thought you had the secrets buried deep. Where shall we rendezvous? 1 hour later, we found ourselves in a park 3 miles from headquarters. I passed him a sealed envelope, inside a printed summary and a flash drive waiting to reveal their secrets. That's all there is, I declared. Moments, figures, bonds. I have no desire to return to that job. I seek something deeper than wealth. I need the right people to understand. Arthur's gaze pierced through me. What draws you to me? You truly dive into audit reports. I've seen you in those meetings. You seek answers. He nodded, a heavy silence hanging in the air. An emergency board session is set for tomorrow. Finance committee assessment. Perfect moment. Michael, he said, slipping the envelope away. If this is true, the fallout will be immense. I'm holding my breath for it. My phone buzzed as I walked to my car. It was Laura. A man named Liam O'Connell stopped by, searching for you. It was urgent, they said. I said you were gone. Desperation clawed at them. Excellent. That afternoon, 2 rival firms extended their job offers to me, both for roles far beyond what I once held. Each presents significant signing bonuses. Whispers spread like wildfire about my unexpected freedom. I turned my back on them. For now, this was about something deeper than just a job search. They had to see it through to the end. That night, with stolen credentials still in hand, the darkness whispered secrets of betrayal. Disastrous IT transition. Liam. I logged into the company's email server for the final time. A message set to pierce through the silence at 8 a.m., reaching every board member. Tomorrow. Hold on. Let's add 2 bonuses before you give the green light. Take a moment to absorb this. Here is my complete report. Friday morning broke with a piercing clarity, the lights sharp and alive. On my porch, coffee in hand, I watched the neighborhood stir to life. Silence. Time slips away. Freedom from the daily grind. Only waiting. At 8 a.m. sharp, my email hit the inboxes of the board, ready to unleash its impact. At 8:17, my phone shattered the silence with its ring. Unfamiliar digits stare back at me. Board members' assistants are frantically trying to contact me. I ignored every call, letting them all slip into silence. The emergency finance committee meeting was set to start at 9 a.m. Arthur Finch stood ready, documentation clutched tightly in his hand. Witnessing the shock and intrigue as my email surfaced and sparked conversation. At 9:32, Noah sent a message. Sirens wail. Shadows loom. Police have arrived. Vance and Holloway face intense questioning in stark conference rooms. O'Connell appears unwell. What have you done? I stayed silent. The wheels turned just as I had foreseen. At 10 a.m., the call from Meridian's general counsel came through. I was the only one who responded to this. Mr. Sterling, it's Eleanor Shaw from Legal. Coming now. We must talk about what you shared with the board. I'm here, just a call away. I answered. This needs to be talked about face-to-face. No, it doesn't. I cut in, my voice steady. All I have is in that report. All I possess is safely stored in several secure places. If something happens to me or my family, copies will be sent to the SEC, IRS, and 3 news outlets. Stillness. Mr. Sterling, she finally said, her voice steady yet charged. The board is fully committed to this matter. Several executives are now on administrative leave, awaiting the outcome of the investigation. Your cooperation would mean a lot to them. I've shared everything, leaving no stone unturned. I've finished my part. Once the call ended, I sped to a diner 20 miles beyond Columbus. Today, I'll remain hidden, elusive. During lunch, urgent news erupted on local business sites. Meridian Technologies executives face scrutiny over troubling financial discrepancies. No names now, but they will arrive soon. At 2 p.m., Arthur Finch's call pierced the silence. It's a massacre, he declared bluntly. David broke down the moment we faced him with the proof, struggling to strike a bargain, accusing Evan of relentless pressure. Evan's refusing to acknowledge anything. What about O'Connell? Insists he was merely a consultant, oblivious to the financial turmoil. The board remains unconvinced. All 3 have been suspended as we dig deeper. Where's the cash? Forensic accountants arrived Monday. Initial figures indicate a staggering $4.5 million misappropriated over the span of 3 years. Perhaps even more. I nodded, a silent agreement echoing within me. I was so close. The board needs to speak with you. Arthur pressed on. Returning home, not merely to where you once stood. A new chief security officer role is on the horizon, answering straight to the board. I expected this, yet it still caught me off guard. I'll consider it, I replied. That evening, I laid bare my soul to Laura. She absorbed every word, then inquired, "What do you desire?" Great question. The revenge was fulfilled. The ones who cast me aside were now facing the same fate, on the brink of criminal charges. Justice arrived, chilling and exacting. Returning to Meridian felt like stepping into the shadows of betrayal, a haunting reminder of 17 years cast aside. Is that even possible for me? Did I truly desire it? Finally, I spoke up. I need time to decide. That night, I opened my laptop one final time and shared a solitary message on my silent LinkedIn profile. Bridges should never be set aflame. Let them crumble beneath their own insatiable desires. In mere moments, old colleagues started to connect. Whispers ignited. The quiet systems guy took down 3 executives in silence, his power palpable. By Monday, the world would see just who they had underestimated. Monday morning, I stepped into Meridian's headquarters, clad in a suit long forgotten. The security guard blinked in surprise, then swiftly printed a visitor badge for me. "Welcome back, Mr. Sterling," he said, his voice heavy with newfound respect. The elevator ascended to the executive floor in silence. This level had always been a mystery to me. The boardroom awaited me. 10 board members gathered around a gleaming table, tension palpable in the air. Arthur Finch's slight nod greeted me as I stepped inside. The interim CEO, once the COO, shifted uneasily. "Mr. Sterling," she started, "I appreciate your presence. The situation is unlike anything we've ever faced." I stayed quiet. The fraud's true depth is far more alarming than first revealed. She pressed on. The forensic team has uncovered nearly $5.2 million in misappropriated funds. Charges loom on the horizon. I remain, heart racing. Arthur's throat tightened. "Michael, the board has made a decisive choice to establish a new executive role. Head of Cyber Defense. Complete authority, direct line to the board. We want you for the role." I placed my folder on the table. "My conditions await inside," I declared. "Absolutely essential." The CEO tore it open, eyes racing over the contents. Her eyebrows shot up. "Complete control to scrutinize every department. Self-sufficient finances. Control over financial technology choices. I nodded, a single, heavy acknowledgement. This is strange, she remarked. I embezzled $5.2 million. I replied, no one was there to see it unfold. Someone will take their place. Silence enveloped the room. Text, you have until noon, I said, standing tall. There are other options on the table. As I stepped away, Arthur's voice pierced the air. Did you orchestrate this from the start, Michael? I hesitated at the threshold. 17 years, and then it all crumbled. I never saw it coming. From that moment on, it was all instinct, spotting weaknesses and fortifying defenses, as I always had. They called at 11:47. They had surrendered to every demand. Half a year later, I found myself in my new corner office, poring over security protocols for the next quarter. The skyline of Columbus loomed, a stark testament to the relentless passage of time. David Van stood before the court, his guilty plea echoing the weight of his choices, a life unraveling in the shadows of deceit. Cooperate, and his sentence would shrink. Still powerful, Evan Holloway battled the charges, claiming ignorance of the scheme, even as the evidence loomed large. Liam O'Connell, cornered in Brazil, faced a relentless grip of extradition. The money was back, but the scars remained. Almost all of it. The company narrowly escaped financial ruin. My old team now answered to me. I had elevated Noah to oversee daily operations. The child was a spark waiting to ignite. I just wanted someone to notice. A sudden knock at my door seized my focus. Laura stood there, a smile flickering like a flame. Are you hungry for lunch? She inquired. I nodded, clutching my jacket tightly. As we moved through the IT department, whispers faded into silence, not out of fear, but from deep respect. They understood the truth that lay beneath the surface. I could have shattered the company instead of salvaging it. In the elevator, Laura's grip tightened around my hand. Joyful? I pondered the question deeply. The fury that fueled me in those early days post-firing had dimmed. What lingered was far from joy, more like pure fulfillment. Done. I'm fine, I insisted. The October sun bathed us and warmed as we made our way to the restaurant, each step heavy with anticipation. My phone vibrated, a message from Arthur Finch lighting up the screen. The board has greenlit your security budget boost. All agreed. A faint smile flickered across my lips. Silence reigns, no room for doubt. Simply believe. Laura caught the look on my face. What is it? Nothing, I whispered, shoving the phone deep into my pocket. Bridges linger in my mind. Some crumble beneath their own burden. Some, once mended, emerge more powerful than ever. This time, I had crafted it perfectly.